101 Archer, and we are in the middle of my big exhibit. There's 216 on these walls right now. And of these 216, 165 of these were designed and hand screen printed within Joseph Harp Correctional Center in Lexington, Oklahoma, which is a medium security prison here in the state. I was there for a couple of years and then had kind of discovered this one guy who was like kind of hiding out in an old office that wasn't being used anymore. And one of the case managers was just letting him hang out there and kind of do his woodcraft. And I got to know this guy and we really hit it off and got to talking about, wanting to make something more than what we had. And then gaining some favor with some staff and, finding like someone who would volunteer as a staff sponsor, we were able to start an actual art guild. We had a lot of men in there that did everything from like woodworking to crochet to drawing to painting to beadwork to leather work to all kinds of stuff. So after having that for a couple of years, then I garnered, enough trust to let them start letting me get screen printing equipment. That was, of course, very limited, and the stuff that I got definitely put me in a situation of having to do it with very limited resources and in very odd conditions. And I didn't know how to screen print at the time. I didn't have anybody to teach me. I didn't have books. I didn't have anything. And we would just get basic knowledge that we could send in, or, people sending us articles online or whatever we could get. And after just like literally just throwing ink at the wall for 6 months, finally got a print to come out. And being a musician and a total music nerd, first thing I wanted to do was make a concert poster. So I reached out to some buddies here in Tulsa who were playing a local band, said, hey, can I do this? Just want to do it for fun. They said, of course. Did that a couple of times for them and wanted to find a reason to do this, a way to do this bigger. And so I incorporated my story. I incorporated my message. Almost all of the posters have gone out for free. We're estimating that's probably around over 6,000 people at this point. We've started a lot of conversations, and that's really what it's about. It's very hard, especially here in the state of Oklahoma, to find anyone who is not affected by the carceral system at this point, regardless of what side of that coin you might be on. And now that I'm home and can start doing this work myself, I get to start having those conversations. It's all healing and growing for all of us. It's a lot of cool concert posters for a lot of cool bands, and that's super neat. And I hope people come check them out and love them and are inspired by it. But more than that, I hope they just get the message that's behind all this, which is just please don't drink and drive. It's not worth it. That stuff comes down to seconds and inches. And that whole, it's not going to happen to me, man, I said that forever. That doesn't mean anything.